Hello viewers, welcome to my channel IIT Olympiads and AP Physics with Ambarish. So today I have brought a problem from elasticity chapter of Shashi Bhushan Tiwari. Now this is a very nice question, however there's a problem in the solution presented in the book and the given answer key is not correct. So I'll read out the question and then I'll also present the solution that's given in the book, and I'll leave it to you to figure out that what's wrong with the solution. And then once you figure out what's wrong with the solution, then you can also look at the correct solution that I've done at the towards the end of this video. So now let's read the question. So what's the question? A rigid cylindrical container has inner radius r. So this is, let's say this is some kind of bottle or some container. It has got a radius r, so diameter is shown as 2r. Okay, and there is a cork having a radius slightly greater than the radius of the bottle. So this is a cork and it has a radius r plus delta r, so the diameter becomes twice r plus delta r as shown. Okay, and its length is L. This length is L and this radius is r plus delta r, and it is to be fitted. So it is to be fitted so as to close the container. Uniform pressure delta P is needed on the curved surface, cylindrical surface of the cork. So now please bear in mind, this is a very important sentence. What does it say? Uniform pressure delta P is needed on the curved surface of the cylindrical, only on this surface and this surface. We are applying pressure only on the curved surface of the cylinder, okay, and we are not applying any pressure on the flat surfaces, right? So please bear in mind that pressure is being applied only on the curved surface, okay, curved cylindrical surface of the cork. And Poisson's ratio of the cork is almost 0 and its bulk modulus is capital B. Okay, so Poisson's ratio we can treat as 0 and the bulk modulus is given as capital B. So now let's see now what's the solution given in the book. So okay, and what is it that we need to find out? Okay, so I forgot to copy the entire question. After this the question the book asks us to find out. Let me just write down. Part A is calculate delta P. Calculate delta P, and then another part is let me write here. How much force is required to pull out the cork? Is required to pull the cork out. I should have copied the question completely, but anyway, so these are the two parts. Part A is we need to calculate the delta P, that how much pressure we need to apply, so that you need to squeeze it a little bit and then fit into the bottle. You can say bottle or vessel, whatever. Okay, and then once it gets fitted in the bottle, obviously it will be pressing against the curved surface of the bottle, and there's some friction over here. The coefficient of friction is mu. Coefficient of friction is given as mu. So let me write out. Mu is given. Okay, coefficient of friction is mu, and I need to find out that how much force will be required to once it is fitted, then how much force is required to pull it out. So there will be some friction acting on the curved surface. Okay, so I hope the question is amply clear. I have stated the both parts of the question, and now I'm going to convince you into the solution that's given by the book. Okay, so how does the book solve it? Okay, so so what's the volume of the cork initially? So initial volume of the cork is pi r plus delta r square into L, and since delta r is very small, we can say that initial volume is almost pi r square L. Okay, so fair enough, there's nothing wrong with the initial volume. Then what about the change in volume? So since I have squeezed it by delta r, so and the curved surface is 2 pi r L, so this curved surface is 2 pi r L, this curved surface is 2 pi r L, and this goes a little bit by delta r, so this is also fine, right? So curved surface area into reduction in radius will tell you how much the volume has reduced. So delta V is also fine. Okay, so volume is this approximately, and this is the change in volume. Now delta V by V, we just divide delta V divided by the original volume. That comes out to be twice delta R by R. Okay, and all of us know that the bulk modulus is nothing but delta P divided by fractional change in volume. So I have the fractional change in volume and I have the bulk modulus, so I just divide the two, and then I get delta P is equal to twice B delta R by R, and this is the given answer in the book. Okay, so try to figure out, are you convinced with the solution or do you find anything wrong with this? And then of course once you have found delta P, then its frictional force is very simple. So since delta P comes out to be this much and there's a bottle and the cork is fitted, so it's pressing against the walls with the delta P. So you know that the normal reaction, if you take along the curved surface, is delta P into 2 pi L. Okay, so delta P into 2 pi L and multiplied by coefficient of friction, and that gives you the force required to pull it out. And that's what the book says, that this is 4 pi mu B L delta R. So this, I hope I have tried to convince you into the solution, and I'm not sure how many of you will be convinced, but quite a few students were actually turned out. I took this question in my class, and students didn't seem to have any doubt in the solution, and they were kind of convinced with the solution. So I would suggest that you pause for a minute and then think, is this okay, or is something fishy here, something wrong here? And then if you want, you can pause the video. I'm straight away getting into the correct solution, that how I have solved it. Okay, so the main problem in the solution, or rather in the problem, the main thing is that the pressure is not being applied on all the sides. The pressure is being applied only on the curved surface of the cylinder. Okay, and when we talk about the bulk modulus, what do we mean by bulk loading? We talk about bulk loading. Bulk loading means the pressure is being applied from all sides. Okay, so if the pressure were being applied from all sides, then we could straight away use the bulk loading formula. But the problem here is that pressure is not being applied from all the sides. So how do we do it? Because the only situation where we know how to use bulk modulus is when the delta P was same from all the sides. That's how it is given in the most JEE oriented textbooks. And now the author, the situation here is that delta P is not acting everywhere. So how do we handle it? So what I do is, since I know how to handle the pressure acting on all the sides, so I take it as a superposition of two cases. So what is the superposition? A bulk load of delta P acting from all the sides, including this flat surface and this flat surface. So I have applied delta P on all the sides so that I can convert it into a standard problem. But when I put delta P on all the sides, I have put an extra pressure over here, and I need to compensate it by applying a tensile force in this direction, which is equal to delta P. So it becomes a superposition of a bulk loading and a longitudinal loading, and I know how to handle both of them individually, right? And then of course we can use superposition principle. I had given two videos in which not two videos, I have given one video in which I found the relation between bulk modulus and Young's modulus using superposition. So if you want, you can watch that video. I'll give the video link in the description. So now I have converted the problem into superposition of two types of loading. One is the bulk loading of delta P on all the sides, and then there is a tensile loading of delta P, okay, longitudinal loading. Now another good thing in this problem is that Poisson's ratio is 0. So that means you can ignore the longitudinal loading, because I mean, as far as the change in radius is concerned, this longitudinal loading will not cause any change in radius, because Poisson's ratio is 0. So if you pull it, there's no lateral strain, only longitudinal strain will happen, and there's no lateral strain. So no need to worry about the Young's modulus also, because Young's modulus is not given, and you don't need to worry about it either. It would have been a very a more challenging problem had the Poisson's ratio been not equal to 0. If the Poisson's ratio were not equal to 0, then you would also need the Young's modulus of this. And this problem will become a little complicated, perhaps more interesting and solvable, but I have not ventured into that territory. But I hope it's clear to all of you that if the Poisson's ratio were not 0, then the analysis will become more challenging and more interesting. But here now it's a simple case. So now what is the effect of bulk loading? So if delta P is acting on all sides, we can use the standard formula. Bulk modulus is minus delta P over delta V by V. So that means delta P is simply minus B into delta V over V. So if you apply bulk load on all the sides, so fractional change in volume will be 3 times the fractional change in the linear dimension, right? And the linear dimension is proportional to the radius, you can say, or the length, and fractional change in length and fractional change in radius all are going to be equal. So you might as well take the change in volume as thrice the fractional change in radius, okay? and now since radius is decreasing, therefore I can say delta v by v must be negative, so that is minus 3 delta r over r. Okay, because change in linear dimension is, fractional change in linear dimension is delta r over r, so you multiply that by 3 and that gives you the fractional change in volume. Okay, I hope this is amply clear. And then now you just plug and check. So minus 3 delta r by r you put for delta v over here, and you get delta p straight away as 3b delta r over r, and this is the correct answer. Okay, this is how you should do this problem. Okay, so now we are getting 3b delta r by r, whereas the book gave the answer as twice b delta r by r. So this is the problem. I hope the concept is clear. It's a very important concept and very well in the spirit of JEE. So I hope if this question comes, you won't get it wrong. Question similar to this, and perhaps even more challenging question with Poisson's ratio. I hope you'll be able to do it. Now I've written the same thing. Note that we don't need to consider the effect of longitudinal loading because it does not affect the radius, because Poisson's ratio is 0. Okay, so better problem would be with Poisson's ratio being non-zero and Young's modulus being given. Okay, now the force required for pulling the cork out, that the logic, we can use the same logic, so that is mu into 2 pi r l into delta p. And here, since in delta p we got a factor of 3 instead of 2, so in the final answer here also we'll get a factor of 6 instead of a factor of 4. So this is our final answer. So 6 pi mu d l delta r. So this is the force required to pull the cork out once it is there inside. Okay, so that was my analysis of this problem from Shashi Bhushan Tiwari, and I hope you guys liked my presentation and it did help you clear your concepts a little bit. And if it did help you, I request you that please do give my video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed, and also please try to share this video as much as possible in various Telegram groups or WhatsApp groups that you might be part of, some study groups, whatever kind of study groups, maybe Discord servers. Please try to share my video as much as possible. It motivates me a lot, and thanks a lot for watching this video.